some people can see farther than others. So therefore, when people judge what I'm doing with their logic, it can't be done. Their reasoning says it can't or shouldn't be done. Their knowledge of history says it can't be done. So their reasoning, their knowledge, and their logic, it clashes with their mentality, which is down here and I'm up there. So by me being so high, I can see more and see farther than you. And you looking up at me and saying, Ali, don't do it. Ali, please stop, like it hurts. But I'm at such a high level until I don't think like you. I'm not like you.
But you know why they say that, and it's for the best possible reasons. So.
They fear and they are wary. It looks dangerous to them.
That's right.
It's not really that dangerous to me.
Want to hear that crying no more. I'm tired. Tired of that whining. I'm tired. You got to get tired of losing. You out of place. You don't belong there. You are royal priesthood. Get your butt up. You don't belong at the bottom, and it's time for you to get your butt from down there. It's time for you to stop being comfortable at the bottom. Get your butt up and get to where you're supposed to be. Get where you belong. Do what you're supposed to do. Live like you're supposed to live. You gotta get this beast mode. You gotta embody beast mode. Everything about you have to say, I ain't playing. If it's to have, I'm gonna get it. And I ain't leaving none of it behind. It's mine. Beast mode.
Nothing external can defeat the internal. The only thing that can take someone down or break you down is internal. Nothing external is strong enough. It's just about making sure your internal dialogue and your internal belief in yourself is strong enough that it can withstand the external. Yes. The external is there. Yes. You've got to accept it. You've got to embrace it. You've got to understand it and be aware of it. But don't let it seep into your internal dialogue. Yeah.
One of the biggest things about being an entrepreneur is finding and learning from everybody else on what they're doing, their negatives and their positives, and create your own lane. So therefore, anytime you come across opportunities, you guys have the leverage in that deal. I would say in that, to be honest with you, look, I've been in the game 20 years now, and this is my first year completely independent. And that's what we've worked so hard for. You know?
If the lion is the king of the jungle, how can he be the king of the jungle? If he's not the biggest, the elephant is probably one of the biggest. He can't be the fastest because that's a cheetah. He can't be the smartest. So he's not the biggest, the fastest, or the smartest. So how does a lion become the king of the jungle? His mentality. That's the only difference of a lion and an elephant. When a lion walks up and sees an elephant, he thinks lunch. An elephant thinks run. And it's all mentality. Because when a male lion walks up, he may be outnumbered by a pack of hyenas. But I'm king of my jungle because of my mentality.
If you are at home and you're sitting on your couch and you are watching this right now, all I have to say is that this is hard work. I've worked hard for a long time, and it's not about, it's not about winning, but what it's about is not giving up. If you have a dream, fight for it. There's a discipline for passion, and it's not about how many times you get rejected but you fall down or you're beaten up. It's about how many times you stand up and are brave and you keep on going. Thank you.
It's very important that you engage in an ongoing process to develop you. Spend more time on yourself than what you've been spending. Working on yourself, talking to yourself, overcoming the negative conversation, that inner dialogue that's going on all the time, even when you don't want it to be there. You can't stop yourself right now from thinking. You can't do it. And so learning how to empower yourself, part of doing that is standing up to yourself. You've got to stand up inside yourself sometimes and say, shut up! I was going to give a presentation, and this voice inside of me saying, you can't do this. You don't have everything it takes. Shut up! I'm behind on my bills, and you're telling me what I can't do. I have got to do it. You'll get scared sometimes. Your mind will go blank on you. Some people you will allow to unnerve you, and you wonder, what's wrong with me? I'm not crazy. That's why you got to learn to make a conscious, deliberate, determined effort to stand up inside yourself, working on yourself, watching that inner dialogue. It will determine the quality of your life.
Raise your hand if you've ever given up before. Giving up and quitting are very different things. One, you never try again. The other, you might. Can I tell you a story? There was a wall that I was climbing and I couldn't do it, so I went home. I gave up for the day. I went home. I slept good. I woke up. I went back. I tried again. And I did it on my 16th try, nothing to brag about. If you refuse to give up, I promise you, you will have a victory. And when you do, you gotta get a sweet victory day.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.